pre-match press conference to preview our fixture against Southampton tomorrow, and we'll start off with Vinny O'Connor from Sky Sports.
First of all, could I have permission to record, please? It's Mike Hughes. I have sent you a couple of messages. I haven't got any permission to record it.
You should be recording now, Mike.
Thank you.
Hi, Rafa. I hope you're well.
Yeah, fine. You okay?
Yeah, all good, thank you. And we're all obviously looking forward to kicking off the season with fans back in stadium, and stadium's pretty much full as well. How does it feel for you?
I think it's very good for everyone. So the fans will be excited after 1 year, more or less, without watching their teams. And then for the managers, it's the same. So you can see your players, you can see the fans, you can feel the atmosphere. So I think it's really good for everyone involved in the game now.
How nice to start at home, and what importance do you put on getting your Everton career off to a winning start?
It's always important to win at the beginning, at the end, every time. So I think it's for us, it's a great opportunity to be in front of our fans and show what we can do. Obviously, pre-season is early. The transfer window is still open. That is something that the managers we complain about, but it's like it is. And then we have to manage, and hopefully we can enjoy, and the fans can enjoy 3 points at home.
But do you have the squad you want at the moment, Rafa, or have you missed out on a target like, for instance, Denzel Dumfries? And therefore, what work do you still have to do in the transfer market before that deadline?
I'm sure that if you ask to the majority of the managers, all of them, they want to improve. They want to strengthen the squad. And what I said before, it still is early. We have to wait a little bit until the end of the transfer window. But I'm happy with the way that the players are training, with the way that we are working, and hopefully we can replicate that on the pitch during an official match.
How restricted are you by financial fair play at the moment, though, at a time when we've seen City spend £100 million on one player? PSG have obviously been able to bring in Lionel Messi. I mean, what do you think of the fairness of the financial fair play rules, or does it need changing? And if so, what changes need to be made?
Yeah, the reality is that a lot of clubs are spending some money, and then you have to manage that. The financial fair play rules are there. We have to follow them, and we try to do it. And it's something that we have to consider every time. So, but it's like it is, and then we have to bring the best from our players, and still we are thinking about to strengthen the squad. So I'm sure that your colleagues, they will be asking questions about players. So I'm telling them, I will not talk too much about players, because we have to be sure that the players that we have are good enough, and they will be ready tomorrow, and that's it.
I'll obviously ask you about one player when it comes to reshaping your squad, because there has been speculation as to what's going to happen to James Rodriguez. So is he part of your plans for the season, or is he allowed to leave, as has been suggested?
I have had my conversation with him at the beginning, and then he knows my idea, but obviously now he's not available, so it's not an issue for tomorrow. And then we will discuss every single player with them, with their agents, and then try to find the best solution for us, for the club, and then also for the players.
How long is he likely to be out? And Richarlison and DCL ready for Premier League action as well? Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I should say. Yeah,
Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin are available, but some players, and then will be another question from some of your friends, will be how many players, or who is available, who is not available. We have some players that they are in isolation, and then we have to manage that.
Thanks, Rafa.
Thank you.
Damien Johnson from Premier League Productions, please.
Hello there, Rafa. For you personally, having been away from the Premier League for a while, how excited and how special will tomorrow be, stepping out on a Premier League touchline for the first time in a while?
I think I said at the beginning, it's a challenge for me. So I'm really pleased to be here. I am at home. So I always enjoy the Premier League, the competition, the rivalry between teams and managers. So I like all these things. And then here you have an opportunity to do that. In a club like this one, we want to compete, and I want to be sure that we approach every game with this idea. So for me, to go in a game and then think that you have a chance to win is always something nice, and I'm really pleased with that.
What have you made of your two signings so far, Andros Townsend and Damari Gray? How have they settled in, and how do they figure in your plans?
Also, Begovic and both Andros and Demarai, they are doing well. I'm really pleased with the the way that they are settled down, the way that they have the relationship with the other players around. So really pleased for that. They are doing well on the pitch, and then we will see tomorrow if they can replicate what they are doing in every training session. So really pleased because we are bringing players that they know the Premier League, and they can be a good addition for the team.
And just finally, what about Southampton tomorrow? I guess you've watched them from afar back in China when you were working there. What have you made of them, and what do you expect from Rafa Hasenhüttl's side?
I think we know that this is a team that is very aggressive, so they are always trying to play on the front foot. That is good. Sometimes they are really, really good. Sometimes they have some big defeats, but it's normal when you have this approach. So I think that they will be a tough game for us, but obviously I have confidence that we can do well. Thank you.
Thanks, Damien. We'll go to James Savundra from TalkSport, please.
Rafa, what is the feeling like amongst the squad? Do you get the feeling yourself that all the squad members are totally committed to Everton? We know there has been speculation about a number of players' futures.
Yeah, I think that you have also this experience that we have had in the past. When the transfer window is open until the end of August, and then you have to play games, you have a speculation about players. It's the same in every single team, every single club. So it's just something that you try to change, but there was an advantage for the teams in the continent in terms of the time that you close the transfer window. So now it's like it is. It's not ideal because as a manager, you want to be sure that is the squad. Everybody knows where they are. But it's what I said before, you have to manage the situation. So it's just to be sure that the player that you will pick, they will give everything, and wait until the 31st of September, 31st of August, and see what happens with everyone.
Goodison Park will be full for the first time in 17 months tomorrow. What would be your message to those Everton fans going to the game? Some of them may be still a bit unsure about your appointment at the club.
I think that they have seen during these weeks that what we can try to do. And the point is that after 17 months, I think that they will be desperate to see the team on the pitch, to cheer the players, to support the team. So I think they are quite clever, and they know that the main thing for us is to be sure that we are strong at home. Has been historically the same. Goodison Park has been a very difficult place to go and to get points. So they can be a major part of our success, and then I'm sure they will be supporting the team in the way that they did all the time.
And just finally from me, Rafa, I spoke to Ben Godfrey last week, and he said that he'd love the team to target Europe this season. Do you think that's possible with the squad you've got at the moment?
Yeah, the main thing for me is always I will say that is one game at a time. So Southampton is the target. If we can get 3 points, we will be closer to our next target. So I think it's just good to have this feeling that we can do better, we can improve, but we have to be realistic. And then the main way to be realistic is just concentrate on the next challenge, that is to get 3 points against Southampton.
Thanks, Rafa.
Cheers.
Thanks, James. We'll go to Alistair McGowan at the BBC, please.
Where are you? Can't see you.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry, you can't see me, but that's no hard shakes, I'm sure. I just wanted to go back to James there. You were saying that you will have discussions with players and agents. Can you just first of all clarify why he's unavailable this weekend? You're saying he's unavailable, and why is that?
We have some players that they are in isolation now with the COVID around. So we have to be very careful, and then some players, they have to be at home, and then he's one of them. Okay,
and there's a lot of fans who've not seen James play in the flesh because of COVID as well. I just wondered, is that ever a factor when you're picking the team in terms of, the popularity of players, or do you just have to pick a team based on what the job is for the game itself?
Yeah, I think it's as a manager, people, they don't remember the names of the players. If you lose games, they remember more of the games than the names if you win games. So as a manager, you try to put a team on the pitch that can win games. So I am not checking the name of the player, the popularity, or how many followers they have. in the social media. It's just to be sure that they can do the job. I think that the fans, the Evertonians, what they are looking for always, and it's my experience here, has been players that they will give everything on the pitch, that they will give everything for the shirt, and then they will try to win. That is my idea, to pick the best players for each game, that they can compete, they can win, and it doesn't matter the name.
But can you understand why they might want to see him? Obviously, a star name, and they've yet to see him in the flesh. So you can understand that they want to see him if possible.
Yeah, I understand that the fans, they want to see the best players possible on the pitch to win the game. So he's one of them. We have Richarlison, Dominic, and anyone that I can name now in the team. They have to be, or they must be, good players on the pitch.
Thanks, Alistair. We'll go to Mike Hughes from Radio Merseyside.
Hi, Rafa.
Hello.
Hi, can you see me?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hi there. What can Evertonians expect the Rafa Benitez Everton to look like in terms of the playing style and what you want to achieve? Of course, it's early days. You haven't even had a Premier League game. But what are you hoping and planning to introduce? Yeah,
clearly, to have the when I say winning mentality, it's just to give everything on the pitch. So they used to do it. They have seen, I have seen a lot of teams here coming and struggling to get points because the intensity of the game, the commitment of the players, the desire. So we have to try to do that. At the same time, we have to try to play well. And to play well doesn't mean to give 20 passes in your own box or to play direct football and just waiting for the second ball. It means something in between. So I used to have teams that they play well, they are well organized, and they create chances and they don't concede too many. So it's too early, as you say, but we will try to do that to be sure that my conversation with each player is about that, to be sure that they do the things that they have to do for the team, and everybody is follow the plan. And then we have to agree the plan before the games and then try to put this in place every game.
I'm sure you've had a good look at the tapes of games from last season, and maybe you saw a lot of them live. But what have you done to address the shortcomings that led to particularly disappointing end to the season for Everton and players not achieving the standards that they know and you would know that they're capable of?
Yeah, sometimes it's the context, the moment of the season that they improve or not they believe. I think this group of players, they have been training really well. We have improved the fitness of the players quite a lot for this short period, so we are happy with that. And they are very receptive. They listen to us. They want to do things in the way that we want to do. And then at the same time, we have conversations about what they prefer or how they did last year or what they did right or wrong. So a lot of conversations, as I say, after the last game that was disappointed for us, a lot of information. And now it's just to make the right decisions. But the approach of the players, the commitment of the players is there. So I'm quite happy with that. And hopefully we can improve little by little.
And Richarlison, having him available, even though he's been on Olympic and Copa America duty during the summer, it is a big plus for Evertonians because they weren't sure that he would be. So have you come to some sort of arrangement for Richarlison to maybe have his summer rest later on in the season? And what are you hoping that he can bring to the team after this busy summer?
Yeah, obviously, if you analyze the stats of the last year, so he was scoring goals with Dominic, and then he's a key player, he's a very important player for us. When he wanted to go to the Olympic Games, we analyzed the pros and the cons, and then we decided that it would be a good opportunity for him to have the chance to get silverware, and then he won the medal. He is very happy, and he knows that we need him now, and he knows that we will try to manage his time off, his holidays, to be sure that he recovers quickly. But at the moment, he's fine. He has been training well, and he's keen to help the team.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
We'll go to Phil Medlicott from the Press Association, please.
Hi, Rafa. I was just hoping I could do a little bit more of a team news check, just with a few names. Moise Keane, Jean-Philippe Gbamin, Andre Gomez. I know they didn't play in the friendly last week. Are they available tomorrow?
you named some of them, but they say before we have 5 players that they are in isolation, and 2 of them they are these players, but I will not name too many players because I think it's better not to do it. And then so you can guess, you are clever enough to understand, but then we have some names that they will not be available for tomorrow.
Okay, and other than those 5 players in isolation, is there anything else to take into consideration in terms of unavailability?
No, in terms of injuries, I'm quite happy. So we have been training hard, and the players are responding really well. So it's fine. So I think the main concern for me, for all the managers, are the rules around the country. So everybody can go outside and do what they want. And after we have too many controls, that this is right, is good, then we can see some issues, some problems with the COVID-19. But this is what it is at the moment, and we have to manage in the best way possible. We are making an effort to be sure that we have some control, but it's very difficult to have full control when everybody around has some freedom.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's the end of the open section. So we'll now move on to the newspapers, please. So if anybody else is not representing a newspaper, if you can now leave the line, please.